Most people remember their first motorcycle, and for me, it wasn't just my first motorcycle, it was literally serial number one of the Rokon Ranger. Rokon has a long history of making some odd motorcycles, many of which are more tractor than they are motorcycle. The first prototype was made in 1958, and the crazy thing is, they're still making them today and they look nearly identical. They basically designed it once and said, yep, that'll do. What makes them weird? Well, where else do you find a motorcycle with two-wheel drive, an automatic transmission, tractor tires, and hollow rims? Look at the gear ratio on this thing. It will climb a tree in any gear, which is handy because you can't switch gears while moving, and it's also school zone friendly since you can't really go above 25 miles an hour even in third gear. They probably could have stuck with a single gear considering it has a CVT, but Rokon said give them 3. I guess that's just in case you want to pull a tractor trailer out of a ditch. Good luck stopping it though, because look at these adorable little brakes. That's it, a single cable-driven 4-inch disc on the miter box on the front. Low end torque isn't all they're good for though. The hollow rims make it buoyant enough to float, or you could fill them with gas and water. I'll put a link in the description to a wild story about the first people to cross the Darien Gap on a motorcycle using a Rokon. They covered 125 miles of dense jungle, mountains, rivers, and swamps spanning 49 days, all while navigating breakdowns and ransoms and gorillas.
Oh my!
I was 13 when I met my first Rokon, and it wasn't the type of motorcycle that I lusted after, but that didn't really matter to me. I just wanted to twist the throttle on anything. My uncle spotted it while driving and pulled over, offered the guy $200, and he accepted. We spent the afternoon cleaning it and noticed a number stamped into the frame ending in 001. That got our attention. The previous owner pointed us to the dealership who we called, and he confirmed that he had actually sold serial number 1. He also casually mentioned he sold serial number 3. No mention of number 2 though, so he must have flushed that one. After a quick carb clean and a shot of starter fluid, we got it running, and that old Rokon became the first motorcycle I ever rode. 30 plus years later, and I'm still addicted to anything on 2 wheels. That Ranger was displayed in my uncle's office for many years until he finally sold it. I'd love to know where it is today, but unfortunately all I have to remember it are these 2 photos taken mid-restoration. Nostalgia ended up getting the best of me, and in 2018 I bought a pair of Rokons, one to flip and one to restore. Unfortunately, 7 years later, not much progress. So I guess now's the time. Let's see if we can get this thing back to climbing trees. From the last time this thing ran, which I'm pretty sure was about 5 years ago, I remember this having a lot of sediment from rust, and I happen to have another tank. So I think I'm gonna start by pulling the tank off, checking the carburetor, because the last time it did run, it stalled out. I think it was, the float was getting clogged with all the particulate. So I'm gonna get everything off and we'll take a look, see what it looks like. Well, maybe I should check this tank, make sure it's usable. Disgusting. After much digging, it would appear somebody shoved like some gaffer's tape or something up in there. So I've got most of it cleared out, but this tank's definitely going to need to be soaked, and not sure it's any better than my other one. Oof. Rough. Both tanks are equally disgusting, so I took a bunch of random bolts and nuts, shook it with some Simple Green. Simple Green did nothing. So I ended up soaking it in acetone multiple times, and you can still see in like the back corner way back there, out of focus, is a little bit of gunk left. But overall, much better, and I just decided I liked the patina, so I threw some clear coat on it. This is a very basic looking carburetor. It's not even too much to dismantle. I see this has a Torx head on it, and I don't have a rebuild kit, so I really don't want to take that apart. I think I might take this apart just because I think there might be a filter screen in it. Look what just came out of the tube. Did that? Well, I think, or did that come out of here? I didn't see.
I mean, there's definitely some in there, but not bad. I think this will come up without. And then is this okay, if that doesn't want to come out, I'm not going to make it. I was able to get the filter screen out, and with just some WD-40, this thing looks practically brand new. A couple Q-tips. So I don't know what this gasket material is made of. Feels almost plasticky, but I don't want to test it. I am going to soak it in 2-stroke oil, because why not? Maybe that'll swell it up. I have no idea if that's a good idea, but I'm going to try it. Now's as good a time as any to see if we have spark. Will that work? And also, I don't remember, one of these is, I think it's on, off, on with headlight. I'm not sure. But let's try. And I really don't want to get shocked. Well, that answers that. Cool. All right, let's see what happens. Should I pull or kick? Gonna go. Well, I think that's enough to put the tank back on. What did we learn? Check the petcock. Maybe I can get lucky and take that off without having to pull everything else apart. Well, I pulled the filter screen off and you definitely can't see through it, so run a couple drills through it. Success on not making another mess, and hopefully we're clear. Boy, it is just a trick. Is this thing not vented, maybe? Huh. Apparently, you have to vent the cap. I don't think I ever knew that. Not that I've had this thing running many times. You know what, that totally makes sense too. When I first open the petcock on this thing, it explodes on me every time. At least I know that that thing's still sealing. Okay. This still does not flow very well. Well, let's see what happens. Lives again. All right, fresh tank on, and I got the new gas cap, new petcock, and new toy. So I'm gonna take you on a little ride.